Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. So the bad news is the creative team over at Dior Beauty is still not getting much rest these days, but the great news is they have very generously gifted us with 2 new foundation formulas, and I find this particularly exciting because Dior foundations are always some of my all-time favorites. These were both sent to me early complimentary to test, and this video is sponsored. Today I'm going to demonstrate both formulas and do an all-day wear test so you can decide which is best suited for your skin type. We have Dior Forever Skin Wear and Dior Forever Skin Glow in the glossy bottle. These foundations are both available right now only on Dior.com, and I will make sure that all of the products mentioned today are listed down below in the description box. As you can see, the packaging got an upgrade as well. I love that giant silver Dior logo detail. It looks very sleek, very luxurious. And today I am starting with the Forever Skin Wear formula in the matte glass packaging. This foundation has medium to full coverage with up to 24-hour wear. It's heat and humidity resistant, which of course I appreciate living in Miami. It's a lightweight, liquid, breathable texture with a natural matte finish, which is my favorite, and it has skincare ingredients like SPF 20, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and peptides. So it's meant to actually improve the appearance of your skin as you wear it. I scooted in nice and close so you can really see my skin, and today I'm going to apply this using my Dior Backstage number 12 liquid foundation brush. The only thing I have on right now is a little skincare, some sunscreen. Typically, I might go in with a primer, probably the Dior primer, but today, since it's the first time I'm demonstrating this on camera, I'm just going in with the foundation, nothing else. And I have a confession to make. This is not a first impression. Tomorrow when we try the Forever Skin Glow foundation, it will be. But, I was sent these foundations early and I had to dive right into this formula because I had a feeling I would love it. That liquid shoots out of the bottle, so you want to be careful. I'm just picking up a bit of the foundation on the back of my hand with the brush. I think I've tried every version of the Dior Forever foundation for the last 10 years at least, and it's always one of my favorites. Something I think you will notice right away is that the foundation appears to dry down really quickly on the skin, but you actually have more playtime than you might think. It's just because of the natural matte finish. It is such a soft matte finish. You can see I still have a little glow, a little light reflection, and somehow it is so thin and so almost watery liquid, and yet very perfecting. I think the coverage is perfect with this foundation, but it doesn't look heavy on the skin at all. In fact, it is probably the most skin-like looking foundation finish. I think we need a round of applause for the shade match. This is no foundation, 2.5N over on this side. Perfect. The very first thing I notice when I look close in the mirror is how blurred and smooth my skin looks. It is very forgiving with pores, texture, fine lines. My skin tone looks completely even, but it is so lightweight and truly breathable. Doesn't feel sticky, doesn't feel tacky. I'm gonna finish the other side. This brush is amazing as well. I have to point that out. It does such a great job distributing product, picking up any excess without messing with the amount of coverage. I feel like this foundation works beautifully with the brush. This is really my favorite style of foundation, so I had a feeling I was going to love it. I have a little blemish right there, but if I just tap a little extra foundation over it, it disappears and you can't see it anymore. I think the finish is so pretty. It gets rid of all of the redness, any dark spots on my skin without looking or feeling really heavy. And I like the fact that it's matte, but it's not too matte. I haven't even blended this down my neck. I will before I finish the makeup, but I will give a special shout out to the product that makes me feel 5,000 times prettier every time I use it. I did go in with a bit of my Dior Solar self-tanning gel yesterday, so it gives a little color to my skin. This I always bring down the neck, chest, décolleté region. This always gives me the perfect boost of color, a little healthy glow, and helps to even out my skin tone when I have no makeup on. So when I wake up in the morning, I always feel so much prettier when I've gone in with my sunless tanner. And now I'm gonna quickly finish my makeup for the day. I'm going in next with the Dior Forever Skin Bronze Face Bronzing Stick. I have shade 02 Soft Fair. This immediately went in the top drawer. It's one of my favorite beauty purchases of 2026. It is so natural. The color is perfect. It's smells like a tropical vacation. Ugh, just love everything about this bronzing stick. Another great thing about this foundation is that even though it is long wear, you kind of think, okay, if it's long wear, once it dries down and sets, it's probably not going to budge and it might be difficult to blend other cream products on top. That is not the case with this whatsoever. It doesn't matter how long it sits on your skin. You can still go on top with powder, with other creams, and it doesn't become a splotchy mess. It stays very soft and forgiving, which is unexpected, to be honest, from a longwear foundation. Totally expected from Dior because they always have the best formulas. That surprised me the first time I used this. And do you see how seamless that bronzer is? It blends out so beautifully. You can't even really see where the bronzer starts and stops. It blends in so effortlessly to the foundation. But everything still looks really smooth. For concealer, I'm going in with my tried and true Forever Skin Correct in shade 0N. This came from the top drawer and it also contains skincare ingredients. And I love the brightness it gives. In fact, all of the products I'm using today to finish the face came from the top drawer. These have been my everyday products. While I have been playing around with this foundation, I haven't done a true proper wear test yet. And I have so much faith that I even booked a hot Pilates class later this afternoon. So we're going to see if it truly is heat and humidity and sweat resistant. But I have a feeling it's going to last. For blush, I'm going in with my Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Stick Blush in Ultra Pink, number 831. This is part of the spring collection this year. I love this shade. I usually go back and forth between this and the original pink, but Ultra Pink is so much fun for spring. It leaves the perfect fresh-faced flush on the cheek. It's so nice. A little bit goes a long way because it is a very bright pink, but once you blend it out, it is so natural. And I also like that it has a very glowy, kind of balmy finish. This gives an extra boost of hydration, so cheeks just look so plump and radiant. Before I ever tried Forever Skinwear, I was mentally putting it in the category of a date night, evening, special occasion foundation. I thought this would be way too heavy for everyday use. But now that I've been playing around with it, I think this is honestly the perfect everyday foundation, especially if you like a natural matte finish. It's still very thin and lightweight. It plays really nicely with matte finish products, cream products. You can basically put anything else you want on top and it works beautifully. What sets this apart from other full coverage, long wear foundations in my collection, formulas that I absolutely love, is how thin and lightweight it is. When you're first applying it to the face, you almost feel like this couldn't possibly give me coverage and be perfecting, and yet it is. Makeup for the day is now complete. This is the finished look. Overall, I love the way this foundation looks on my skin. It truly is perfect. It's ideal. This is my ideal formula, so I kind of expected to love it. Now that we've layered all of the other products on top, it is giving soft glam, full glam, but not heavy, not dry looking, not clinging to any dry patches. I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day and I'll do a few check-ins. This is my 3-hour check-in. Everything is looking good, looking smooth, which is exactly what I expect after only 3 hours, but still, I am loving this foundation. What do we think? Day 1 wear test is coming to an end and the foundation has held up beautifully. This is about 8 hours after application, probably a little bit longer. It survived a long walk outside, a hot Pilates class. The only thing that's really missing is my lipstick. It didn't break up, it didn't cling to any dry patches, no settling or creasing. Everything still looks nice and smooth, and I actually feel like I have the perfect amount of glow to my skin. And I didn't touch up with any powder either, so this is just not touching it. I honestly think the foundation looks just as good right now as it did when I first applied this morning. And now we're back for another review. Now this is going to be a true first impression. Today I am testing Forever Skin Glow. Once again, I will be wearing shade 2.5N. This foundation also has medium to full undetectable coverage, up to 24-hour no retouch needed wear. heat and humidity resistant. With a hydrating glow finish, it offers 48-hour hydration and also contains skincare ingredients like hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and peptides. SPF 20 for shades 00 through 4.5W and SPF 15 for shades 5N through 9N. Basically the same foundation, except it has a hydrating glowy finish versus the natural matte. I like to give it a little shake just in case. And again today, I just have skincare on my face, going straight in with the foundation, no primer. Not for the first test, at least. Ooh. I wiped off my Backstage foundation brush from yesterday. I want to keep things basically the same, as scientific as possible, so I can really see if there's a difference. I can already tell it glides on very smooth and creamy. You can tell it has a really pretty sheen to it right away. Very silky. This is looking really beautiful. I'm not surprised. It's not that I didn't think I was going to like this foundation. I just mentally always think I prefer matte because I grew up with somewhat oily skin, acne-prone skin in hot, humid Florida. And I think you'll understand if you grew up with oily, acne-prone skin, how traumatizing it was when you first started wearing makeup, and at the end of the day, you had to blot with those oil sheets and you just felt like a bit of a grease ball. My skin hasn't actually been oily in years now, but it's imprinted into my brain that I don't want anything too hydrating on the skin. And of course, now I use really heavy active ingredients like tretinoin in my skincare, so I do get more dryness and dry patches. I actually feel like my skin now is dry. No foundation, everything looks very smooth, very plump, hydrated. You can see that glow that I have on this cheek. I still have that glow over here. Perfected, but not heavy. It's so silky. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I may prefer the Skin Glow, which I did not expect. Ooh, I don't know. Glowy products aren't always very forgiving with pores, and I definitely have larger pores right here on my cheek. But this foundation looks so smooth. It's still very blurring, just like the matte formula. Okay, let me not jump to conclusions. I'm gonna finish the face. But I am so impressed. Wow. And I will agree, medium to full coverage. I mean, the redness, discoloration, the darkness under my eyes is completely gone. I love how this just glides on the skin. It feels almost more like a tinted moisturizer, but then you look and everything is perfected. Texture-wise, it feels more like a skin tint. This is what my skin looks like with just the foundation, and I am so impressed. It looks beautiful. I feel like this really elevated my skin. My complexion looks plump and juicy, not greasy, not heavy. It's still hiding and sort of blurring my pores and fine lines, but it's covered everything I would want it to cover. If I had to describe this foundation in 2 words, silky smooth. That's how this looks on the skin. It has such a beautiful glide, a beautiful slip to it. Really, really nice. This just upped the ante on today's wear test. Now it feels like the ultimate foundation throwdown because I was fully expecting to prefer the matte. Now I'm not sure. I think I'm really going to love both. I'm going to finish my makeup today using the exact same products so we can keep our science experiment nice and controlled. But so far, I'm blown away by how pretty and plump this looks. I feel like I'm discovering in real time that my skin type is now actually dry, and I've just been in denial this whole time. Now, I have no doubts that my other cream products are going to blend perfectly on this. Going in again with my bronzing stick. This is my one and only Dior makeup brush and I absolutely love it. If you have any favorites that I need to know about, please let me know down in the comments. Something I noticed right away is that the handle is a lot longer, which gives me a little bit more balance. I don't know, it feels a little bit better in the hand. I'm gonna make sure to do another long walk outside to end the day. That way I can really test it out in the heat and humidity. I cannot get over the glow. The glow is everything. I hope the camera is picking up just how seamless this is. Forever Skin Correct Concealer. My biggest concern that I'll be looking out for during the wear test is to see how this foundation lasts. Does it start breaking up? Does it start moving around? Are my pores going to look huge by the end of the day? That will be the true test because right now I think it looks absolutely perfect, like my ideal foundation. And a little ultra pink blush. Normally this amount of glow would scare me, but I'm loving how light and fresh and very youthful this foundation is looking on my skin, especially with the blush and all of the other complexion products. Of course, I have to go in with a little powder, at least a little bit. That way I can set everything in place. Again, I'm gonna do the exact same makeup look. Makeup for the day is now complete. Everything is basically the same. I switched the lip liner actually today, so I'm wearing Beige Tulle with my Rosewood Lip Glow. Yesterday I had shade Rose lip liner. Not quite as pink, it's a little bit more brownie nude, but still basically the same exact makeup look. And I don't want to be dramatic, but I think this might be my new holy grail foundation. There is something about the way this is looking on my skin. It is so flawless and so smooth and creamy looking. I'll be curious to watch this video back. Whenever I'm looking at the screen, maybe I'll be able to pick up on certain differences, but in person, this is just looking so creamy. It has a really nice flexibility to it, if that makes sense. It just sort of moves with your skin as your skin moves. It doesn't start to settle, it doesn't break up. I feel like this is the best my skin or my complexion has looked in a really long time. It's so beautiful. Very initial impression. I mean, I just finished my makeup, but very initial impression is the skin glow is incredible. Yeah, to say that I am impressed with this foundation would be an understatement. It looks so pretty. It is so smooth on the skin. Incredible. Right here. You know it's a good makeup day when you don't want to wash your face at the end of the day. But when I tell you I'm looking in the mirror and this makeup looks so beautiful, it looks so good. I mean, this is going to rival some of my all-time favorite foundations. I think it looks perfect. I love it. I think the obvious assumption when you see that Dior is launching 2 new foundation formulas, the Skin Wear, the Skin Glow, one is natural matte, one is radiant, you kind of automatically think to yourself, okay, well, if I have dry skin, I'll go with the glow, and if I have oily skin, I'll go with the matte. But I don't think that's really the case with these foundations. It really depends on your personal preference. What kind of finish do you like with your makeup? Do you prefer a radiant glow finish? Then I would recommend Forever Skin Glow. Even if you have oily combination skin, I think this is going to be really balancing. It's not going to be too greasy, too heavy on your skin. If you prefer a matte finish to your makeup, then I recommend the Dior Forever Skin Wear Foundation. If you have dry skin, mature skin, and you're worried about what this is going to look like, maybe you've previously steered clear from matte foundations, this is very soft and natural, very forgiving. It appears matte, even initially when you first apply it to the skin, it looks like it's drying down really quickly and looks very velvety, but it's still very flexible. It's still very soft. It still glides really nicely. You can blend products on top and it's not going to break up the foundation. Both are long lasting, both give great coverage, both have skincare ingredients. I mean, you really cannot go wrong with either of these new formulas. And I definitely can tell you right now, even without immediately comparing and contrasting with the old version, this is an upgrade. These are incredible on the skin, have blown me away. And that completes today's initial review. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. I am very curious to hear your thoughts. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a preference between these two foundations? If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, everything mentioned, definitely the new foundations will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.